I got to play F125 early and I got my first try at the new decal editor for My Team career mode. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. So last week, hopefully you guys would have seen, I did a big video on My Team career mode, all the new features, speaking on driver transfers and the AI as well. And in that video, I mentioned there was confirmation of a new decal editor, but that I had to wait till this week for the embargo for that to lift so I can actually talk about it and show you the over-shoulder gameplay that I captured with my time with F125, and I'll also throw up the high-definition gameplay that we've got from the deep dive video. So yeah, in F125 now, it's not a full livery editor, it's a decal editor, because now we'll be able to move about the decals in all the different areas of the car and have free roam of where they go in that area, the scaling, the rotation, the color as well, as you can switch from the on-brand colors to then just a plain solid color as well. And in that way, for the very first time without PC mods, you will be able to create more realistic looking cars and liveries and sponsor placements. So on PS5, on Xbox Series X and S, now you can actually make cars that look like they're meant to be on the F1 grid. So the way they describe it on the deep dive vlog is customizable liveries now start with a base pattern that you'll be able to personalize with sponsor decals. In previous games, sponsor placements have been locked to a number of fixed positions on the car, but now in F125, decals have much more freedom, allowing them to be rotated, moved, resized, with design variants unlockable through the game. As I mentioned in the My Team video, you can actually now assign title sponsors for My Team career mode that matter a lot more. Like if you hold a relationship with that title sponsor, you will unlock variants of the logos that might be better suited or just more to your liking, and you can unlock complete liveries based on that title sponsor. They go into that in the blog by saying this is more detailed base patterns for your car built around the visual identity of the many fictional title sponsors in the game. By using the decal editor, you can then add more sponsor decals to that on top of that, and in general you can add so many more sponsors of the car on the nose, the side pods, the side of the chassis, engine cover, to make it look more realistic. Obviously, as I've stated, my time with F125 was very limited, 3 hours in total. Within 1 hour of My Team, I got to spend, 10, 15 minutes, if that, on the decal editor. So, it's really a case of there's still so much to kind of discover of what is possible with the decal editor. I'm kind of thinking, what are people going to be able to cook up by using decals, by using sponsor logos, but using them in clever ways to maybe make shapes on the cars to add to some of the base liveries. But make no mistake, it's not a full livery editor. Like, the base shapes and base designs will still be there. Like, you have to select them all, and then on top of that you add the decals, but at least you can make the patterns and stuff look more realistic. And the hope is, I really hope, that they're basically going to be making a load more base designs that kind of just are more like an open canvas and are more realistic looking, where, okay, if you added now a sponsor rotated in the right way, you can make it look like X team in real life, or this old livery as it used to be. I will say though, as much as it's great to see the freedom of the decals go anywhere on the side pods, the nose, etc., I did test out a little bit, and this might just be a really personal, picky point for me, but I was a little bit irked that you couldn't put a decal right on the edge of the top of the chassis, either side of the halo stalk. Like, you guys know, from my various career mode videos with mods, I'm a sucker for a mirrored logo either side of the halo, because I just think that's, you're seeing that for 100% of the time whilst driving the car. So I was a little bit annoyed that area is not available. I'm kind of low-key hoping they maybe see this video and maybe there might be enough time to make a change in the game to allow that, or a future post-release patch to allow that. I would really like a logo to be placed either side of the halo stalk, just where the cutout is for the cockpit, because you see that area of the car so much. So to me, it's a no-brainer that you should be allowed to do that. But unfortunately, that's not a thing right now. But the rest of the car, pretty much, it's all fair game, which is, as I've said, fair play. On top of the decals, driver numbers now are customizable. So there's a whole load of new fonts and colors you can place the driver numbers in. You can now separate the numbers as well, in terms of you can have one color for the engine cover number and one color for the number on the top of the nose, which is a big thing where if you had like a livery that was, let's say, a darker color on the engine cover and a lighter color on the front, you therefore want the opposite in your numbers. You want a dark number on the front and you want a light number on the back. You can now do that, and you've got variety in the fonts. Like, some of them have a circle, so it's kind of like an old school vibe. You've got kind of more like, comic-y ones, or just, more playful ones, and then kind of just different fonts that you can use. So that's going to be a real aid again to making more realistic and just unique liveries, because it was so frustrating for all of us just to have that base really ugly like white text number for so many years. And so now finally you can change those things without mods. And finally, as we're talking about liveries, special edition liveries for the IRL F1 teams, i.e. your McLaren Singapore livery with the white, or the Ferrari variant liveries we've seen, or the Red Bull in white for Japan, potentially. I don't know. We'll see what there is available in the game when it launches. But liveries like that, that's what I'm talking about, the special edition liveries for real teams. When they're added to the game, obviously it's a if they're added to the game, basically, they will now be applied to the car they represent rather than just the F1 World car. So when you go to select one of these real teams in Driver Career Mode, Grand Prix, Time Trial, or F1 World, you can then choose to apply the base livery or the applicable special livery. And once you've unlocked it, it's yours to keep, which is a really cool step in the right direction. I'm a little bit irked that that is not available in my team, seemingly, because obviously we're using our own team, but I would have loved an option like a splash screen every season transition to pop up and go, you're going into a new season, do you want to change any of the liveries of the teams? And then you get to choose the special edition liveries, like the menu they'll have in Driver Career Mode. So that's one caveat. Is, again, it's frustrating, because sometimes EN Codemasters, they do good things, but then the implementation is like someone's not thought, oh, hang on, someone might want to use that in this way. So it's like almost like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because that's a great addition, don't get me wrong, but it would have been great to have that in my team as well. The mode that now most people are going to play. Like hardly anyone's probably going to play Driver Career Mode, because just in the same way as last year, no one played my team because Driver Career Mode was the big, revamped mode. This year, people are going to play my team when it comes to single player experiences. So that would have been cool to see, and maybe there's still time, like I said, in the day to implement that, with a patch or something like that, because that's definitely something I would like to see, is the special edition liveries available in my team. But for now, at least if you take the word from the blog, is there will be a selectable in Driver Career Mode, Grand Prix mode, Time Trial, and F1 World. So that's all the livery chat and the decal edited chat for F1 25 My Team Career Mode. Guys, if you have enjoyed the video and the insight, then be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. And as I alluded to in my video earlier on the channel, tomorrow I'll be doing a whole video on the reverse racing, because it's been implemented in a lot more thorough way than I think maybe people thought it would be. But stay tuned for tomorrow's video to kind of go in and actually see some gameplay from myself driving the reverse tracks for the very first time on F1 25. But till then, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.